So, wherever you will be picking this up from, we are broadcasting through Be Live, and we are broadcasting in YouTube, Facebook, on 4 different pages at one time. And we're hoping that we're hoping this works because this is new to be in this many spots at one time. But tonight we wanted to stop in and we want to talk about more than existing. And I have sitting beside me tonight the name that you hear me speak a lot of, who's always by my side, sidekick, and makes my hot mess look good. This is Lisa Richard, and she is the owner of Loving Energy Recharge. She is a facilitator and I call the archetype, the archetype, the architect.
Probably that too.
She's the architect builder of More Than Existing, and she is the other half of More Than Existing, the whole academy, the whole buildup of everything we have happening. And she's the go-to of this whole summit. So today we want to come in and we want to talk about the summit. We want to talk more about it. And Lisa is probably going to talk more about the summit than me because she is behind the scenes. She is creating, she is working, she's she's preparing her own talks. And she's also been the one who's been working with all of the presenters. So bringing her in today, I really want to just say thank you, Lisa. And I'm going to let you take a little bit of the lead and talk about why we're here today and what we're here to talk about. And we have a surprise for everybody. What we're just letting the rooms fill up so we can tell you what we have. Hello, Lisa.
I feel like I'm chomping at the bit, wanting to just dive right in and talk about the summit because it is so exciting. And I remember, Corrie, when we launched this last year, we literally had maybe a 2-month window where we just felt this nudge of, putting something together to bring out to the online community and trusting in it. And last year, in a 2-month span, we brought together, I believe it was 12 presenters, and had this amazing experience. And I remember leaving that going, wow, what an opportunity to come together and collaborate with other individuals. What a great opportunity just to feel the energy and support each other and to grow and to thrive. And this year, when we brought it forward, we decided to let's come back to that second annual and to see it grow. And now to have 14 presenters, 17 separate webinars, 2 hours of live mediumship. Wow, I am absolutely blown away. And what a privilege it has been to get to know the presenters this year, their skills, what they're bringing to the table. These are individuals that have so much to offer. We only have them in 1-hour webinars, but I feel like there's going to be opportunities to hopefully bring them in and showcase more what they have, because it is just an incredible package that has come and brought into this fold. So, of course, we have our Corrie coming in and doing a few different sessions. She's got so many different gifts behind her. I went and I'm going to lean this way. I had to grab her book, More Than Existing. This was calling me to come in the door. And I have to share, and I almost feel like I want to make a confession going here. I'm the editor to this book. Now, I am not an editor, just like Corrie says, she's not an author. But what I need to stress is this book is really alchemy in the making. And when I was blessed with the opportunity to do a first read through, which is what I thought I was doing, I was looking at it with love, looking at it through the first eyes. I was going to hand it back to the professionals, but this became a journey. This became a journey of literally learning to walk in somebody else's shoes and to realize that their story also resonates with so many. So this was a labor of love. This is a book that is not perfect. This has been my own journey to love myself, because I was the first to criticize the mistakes, to find the little spelling errors in there. And then finally I had to put it down one day and go, the whole intention of editing was to make sure that the channel's message stayed intact. And that was succeeded. That was never compromised. So I step in now and I do my own work as a healer, and I teach authenticity. I teach to just become yourself. I am not perfect. I am no different than anybody else. I'm still learning and growing. I still have my fears. I still get nervous. You may see some of that, but that's also part of the message. And these ladies we've brought together, these empowerment leaders, they are coming together because none of them are perfect. We have all had to walk a journey. We've all had to do our own healing work. We've all had to come to the forefront. And now we're here to share the real, authentic stories with you guys. It is not about looking at somebody else and thinking you can never achieve it. It is knowing that there's a way through. You all have the capabilities. You can all step in to be your own healer. And what a wonderful opportunity to come in this weekend and expose yourself to 17 separate opportunities to see what resonates with you. And if you're not able to join the lives for that, we do have them recorded, everything except for that live mediumship. We respect the privacy for that night. But you will have access to the recordings. You can go back, you can listen again. You get 90 days to do that. That's an incredible 3-month journey of just absorbing things, not feeling like you have to rush through things, allowing yourself to be guided in, allowing yourself to listen more than once. I have taken all the more than existing courses, and I have taken the journey so many times, listening over and over and over again. And I can honestly say that every time I do that, I learn something new. So the healing journey is never an ending point. We never get to the place of perfection. And I had to laugh because before coming in here, Corrie, I had to grab this mug. I gifted myself one of the new mugs out of Corrie's Creations, the new online store. And I had to grab Thecla, the unseen wound. And all week when I was doing readings and I put my hand up, I was noticing my scars and I kept wanting to hide them. And then I heard, don't you dare hide your scars, because we all have scars. We're all human. So why do we try to always be so perfect and cover things up? Why don't we just show what is real? And that's what this is all about, is coming together in realness, in love, in support, in encouragement. And I am so thrilled, Corrie, by the ladies that we've brought in here together. We have Tracy Leggett coming in with some Reiki tapping. Another one of Corrie's students, other than myself, a beautiful individual, just so much love and light radiating from her. An opportunity to just come in and receive that for yourself. We have Mary June Tracy coming in, doing some astrology on the Friday night. Now that is absolutely incredible. I went on and had my own reading done by Mary June in the last month, and oh my goodness. Wow, I learned things about myself that I kind of had an idea, but I was afraid to go and find out. I am so glad I got that done. The more we get to learn about ourselves, the more it's just such a beautiful, beautiful journey. And then we're stepping in on our Saturday morning. We have Sabina coming through with some yoga, an introductory class. So it doesn't matter if you've done it before, if you've never tried it, you get an opportunity to go through and learn some beautiful ways to relax the body, the mind, the soul. Start your day, just feel refreshed. I'm looking at my list here because there's so much more. From there, we flow into Michelle Gibson, learning about your intuition and how to trust it, how to confidently use it. Michelle is another one of the more than existing light worker coaches and graduates. She has that confidence, and she's here to show you that you can have it as well. She's got an amazing intuitive gift. She's a medium herself. She is also just like you and I. So this is somebody to teach you that it is possible for you to do it for yourself, to give you some of those tools to help walk you in the door. Following Michelle, there's myself. I'm going to teach you about energy, So many of us are feeling depleted right now. I want to bring in some human design, which is a beautiful blend. That is what I do. I am a blender. I take so many different things and I mush it together. I kind of make it my own flavor. So I want to share some skills with all of you of how you can learn to build more energy, recognize your own energy type, trust in your system, leading the way. There's so much to share in that. We then have Corrie coming again with her living divinely dignified and unapologetic. I can't wait for those teachings. There's been so many little glimpses and courses along the way, and there is never a class that is taught the same. There's always more surprises. I know Corrie will chat with that a little bit more when I allow her to speak again. I feel like I'm dominating this, but I'm so excited.
Go ahead.
Presenters.
I'm over here in the comments with everybody.
Good. I feel like I'm just taking this on because, oh my gosh, these ladies just fantastic energy. It just radiates from them. We have Kate Gongas coming in. She has got the Seeker's Journey Oracle Cards and Traveler's Guidebook. This is an oracle card system that Kate created. She painted all of the pictures, made them and developed them into this incredible system. It's got a roadmap and a journey in there where you're going to find the different keys to the ascension, to your own journey. She's going to come in and explain how to use it, show some of that artwork, tap in, I believe, and give a little bit of a reading. There is just so much going on. Following that, we have Sherry Houle. Oh my goodness, what a beautiful soul. I had the privilege of working with Sherry earlier in the year. This is a woman empowerment leader that is out there in the communities with the people, giving back, working with our youth. Our youth are so important. She's going to come and share her story. She has traveled a lot. She is one of our Indigenous gifted elders. She's working with communities to bring healing resources into those communities and set it up. When I had a conversation with Sherry, and I used to work with Northern Lakes College Students Association, I've been up in some of those northern communities. I've seen the need to bring in those healing centers. My heart just went, thank you. Thank you for these strong individuals pushing their way forward to make a difference, because we all can make those difference. I'm so excited to be a part of her story and to listen in there and cheer her on. We then have Lisa Starr Francis, and I think she is here today. She's coming back in again this year to share her word alchemy system. Oh my goodness, what an incredible system that is. There is so much power in there, so much awareness to the words that we speak, that energy we put behind it. Wow, Lisa always blows my mind away by the gifts and the flavor that she brings in. And then she's one of those individuals, again, where you never quite know what you're going to walk into, because she taps into the energy and then she just delivers a beautiful message. So Lisa, so looking forward to sitting in on that webinar as well. And we're still not done, because Saturday night, Corrie and I are jumping into the 2-hour live mediumship. This is going to be a fantastic opportunity. This is the first time I'm stepping into the forum wearing the hat of a medium, a title that I never thought I would ever own for myself, because I had all these fear stories around mediums. And then it dawned on me that, every time you ask for help, every time you listen to your intuition, every time you pray, well, that is mediumship. But I had so many fear stories around mediumship. I'm sure some of you might have had those as well. So this is an opportunity to see a very practiced medium, Corrie, step in to do her beautiful gifts. And somebody like you also embracing that, we all have the ability inside when we open up to receive. So I'm thankful for that opportunity. I can't wait to share with you guys. I'm jumping down now to the Sunday. There's so much going on in here. Sunday morning, we have Lynn Degreen, another one of the graduates in that More Than Existing program. Linda's the queen of journaling. She has so much energy behind showing unique ways to pour out your thoughts, express yourself, maybe through drawings, maybe through some kind of creativity, but allowing yourself to work through your own process of putting things together that might not always make sense. But when you allow it just to kind of pour out, that can become its own healing journey. And Linda's going to share some really great tools and ways and techniques that we can start that practice for ourselves. Whether you've journeyed for a long time or journaled for a long time, this is a journey. She's going to take us on that beautiful, beautiful journey. So a great way to start the Sunday morning, come in your pajamas, bring your tools, get nice and cozy. You don't just have to sit in front of a computer. Put us in your ear, walk around with us, let yourself just show up as you. This group doesn't judge. This group wants you to just be yourself. That is it. You don't have to get out in the cold. You don't have to start your car. Grab your coffee and just come and join us. After Linda, we have Therese Calahoo. Two truths and a lie. Now, I feel like this is a little bit of a game that Therese wants to bring into the whole fold. There's a little bit of a mystery behind it. There was an opportunity last year where Teresa came in and she spoke to us and shared part of the book that she had written. And oh my goodness, powerful speaker, such a heartfelt message that came pouring in. And it was absolutely beautiful. So we're absolutely thrilled to see Therese come back again this year and to hear more of her message. We then it was Cindy on the schedule. Unfortunately, Cindy was called away to work last minute. She was going to come and talk to you guys about burnout, reigniting your spark and reconnecting your soul's purpose. Now, Cindy has stepped down and I have stepped in. I have stepped in with the same title of talking to you guys about understanding burnout and exhaustion. That is a concept that is in the energy right now. A lot of us are feeling it. I know I certainly did. I have a past where I went through burnout many, many times. I went through that exhaustion many, many times. We're going to get some clarity and some tools to help us feel our way through this current energy. We then have Krista Bellafu coming in with the essentials for the everyday spirit. This is our alchemist. Krista has such a beautiful line of essential oils and aromatherapy and bath products, mantras, all sorts of different tools that are handcrafted with love and with intention. This is her own blend. She makes everything herself intuitively. So she's here to tell us and give us some really good ways to use products to help us with that aromatherapy, to bring you into that state of relaxation, to maybe help you create more of that inspiration, that intuition for yourself, or just create that peace and harmony that so many of us are feeling that we need right now. So I can't wait to see what Krista has to share with us and the journey that she will take us on as well. We then have Laura Lee Scobie coming in. Laura Lee has just finished publishing her first book. She's got Healing Grief Following the Loss of a Child. Now, Laura Lee has a very powerful story. She's walked a very powerful journey. She's coming in to share some of that with us, to give us some ideas into her own experience, what it's like to go through that grief process, whether you've lost a child, you've lost a loved one, that is real. She's got some beautiful ways to honor that. There's an amazing meditation that she's going to end that session out with to help bring that peace and that loved one right here, right up to the very forefront where they always are. But sometimes we need that help to connect and feel that piece of it. So I can't wait to be a part of that as well. And Laura Lee was in our summit last year. She's got such a gentle, beautiful energy about her, just a welcoming, safe place to come into. Yeah, it's just, there's not enough good things that I can just say about that incredible courage and journey that she has had to walk down and then to come in and to share it with others is such a blessing. We are then inviting in, we have Erin Lee. She is new to the summit this year. She is a individual actually that lives on Vancouver Island here, my Reiki master teacher. And Erin has such a beautiful connection to the angels, such a soft energy about her. It's a gift that she was born with. She's going to come in and ask us to open up to trusting in our intuition. And she's bringing in Archangel Haniel. Now, Haniel's got the very own energy. It's the energy of joy, how to connect more of that joy, raising up that vibration, helping us along our paths, teaching us how to connect, how to pull it in. All of those beautiful energies of the angels that are always around us. So excited to have Erin come into the fold this year. We have one more. Oh my goodness, there's still more in this incredible summit. I feel like I could go on forever. We are ending out the Sunday night with our Corrie Thorne again, walking us into the journey, reminding us that the journey begins with us. And just like I shared with my own traveling journey of editing the book and having to walk through knowing it wasn't perfectly done, but it was never intended to be edited. It was intended to be held with love and to honor the message. We all have that opportunity inside. We all have the opportunity to really love our weaknesses and honor our strengths. So another fantastic session to jump into. And Corrie, I'm going to take a deep breath and I'm going to hand it back over to you so that you can talk a little bit more and share about the presentations that you are doing yourself in there.
Thank you. And yes, we are. A few years ago, Lisa would have been turning all red and blushing and and now here she is up in forefront and doing her thing and showing up in the world. And I am so freaking proud of you. And for me, what these summits mean to me really truly is the fact that I honor sharing space. I truly believe there is no competition. I believe we are all of light and we're here to be light workers and to share the space and to hold the line. To hold the line, to hold the light, to be able to bring together and support women and men of like-mindedness that are here to be able to help light up the world, to share love. And that's what we're doing. It's like you may not fully understand some of the things that we do or understand who we are as individuals, but to have an open mind, to be able to gain a new perspective is such a beautiful process that you, when you start to allow yourself to open. So for me, I'm coming in and I'm in a big journey right now, my own self. I have a lot. I don't even know where to look. I don't know where my camera is. I'm like, where am I supposed to be looking? I'm in a really big journey. I've been just going through a big change and I've kind of just been let out of the spin of 2.5 years of creating more than existing. And in those 2.5 years, three years, I guess, I've written 5 books, created a deck of oracle cards, thousands of live videos, hundreds of programs taught, created it through the school, and just kind of finally to that point in my life where I can look in and see my own success, to be able to not be my own worst critic, to say, wow, I've really accomplished a lot. And this came after a 30-year career in a beauty industry where I owned a massive salon spa where I was still booked 6 weeks at a time, still doing 8-10 colors a day when I walked away from that industry. So I'd already successfully completed one stage of my life. And at 50 years old, almost 51, here I am right now. And I only now can look in without saying, have I done enough? Have I done enough? You know, what have I really achieved? What have I really accomplished? And look in with sense of healthy pride and a sense of accomplishment. So for me, I'm coming in not even the same woman who showed up last year. There's, the same woman who spoke last year is not the same woman speaking this year. There's something within my heart, within my soul, within the essence of me that just knows that I've come into my own. I guess I've cocooned, right? I've come out of that cocoon and allowed myself to come in. So I'm going to be speaking from my heart. I am a storyteller. I'm a mystic. I'm a channel. So I never know the conversations that's actually coming. I read and feed through the energy, but I'm going to start the Friday night off with the introductory and opening up of the Everyday Goddess and what it means to be the Everyday Goddess, what it means to finally be able to walk in and blend together the inspiration and the attitude, to not to neglect the shadows of ourselves, that monster energy of ourselves, to know that it served us well over our lifetimes. It's done a lot to protect us, but also to be able to honor that, and I'm going to say it again, I'm saying a lot lately, that godliness that exists within us, that sense of love and light. And my journey of more than existing was the statement, I'm finding joy and happiness no matter the cost. Well, it's cost me everything. It's cost me everything to get to this point, to shed it all. So these cards, this essence of these still bare bones work that is right here, and being that everyday goddess is to, we can look into the goddesses and create and tell all these stories about this energy, about how these goddesses are this and that, and they're all stories. They're stories that were told. They're stories that were created from imaginations, or turning women into monsters or enemies, or to fear people, or to be this unachievable, that we can never ever be that light. You can never be the goddess energy of the Divine Mother. You can never be the goddess energy of Kuan Yin, or the goddess energy of any of the goddesses. And it's like, why not? Why can we not be that within ourselves, in a sense of knowing that who we are, our pains, our journeys, our hurts, our everything that we have existed within is all the part of the creation of us, just like Mother Earth, just like the goddess of Mother Earth. It is the wild, raw, rugged beauty that makes Mother Earth so beautiful. And in that place and in that energy is also recognizing that is us. And so these cards and the creation of the first conversation, I know, is based around that. Whereas these cards are designed for inspiration, attitude, and the healing of not running from you, not neglecting, not criticizing yourself or other women or other people. It's in surrendering into. And the greatest gift I ever did for myself was surrender into my own body pain, rather than trying to resist it, trying to say that I had something to prove, that I was greater than the pain. I'm not greater than the pain. I am more than the stories. And that's what you all are. And so I want to share that in my first conversation. I'm like, and what am I even talking about in my second one, Lisa? I don't really remember. And then I have 2 more conversations. And the third conversation on the Sunday that I'm ending with is truly stepping into what you don't often see, even in my lives. You'll only see it in my teachings most times, or through my writings, I fully let go, and I call in the guardians, or call in the God consciousness, and I channel through the message. And so I speak from a place that is so divine, so in the light, that if you close your eyes and you just let yourself fall into the conversation, is that it is truly based around all that has kind of scared us away from faith, from hope, from the God consciousness, and letting the fear go, and just trusting this beautiful light that is here to help us, to guide us, to be present, and to recognize that it is within us. So one of my books that is not out yet, and actually my first statement is somebody saying to me one time, who do you think you are, God? And I'm like, what if I am? And that's not, and so coming into writing a whole book around that, the essence that within us all is that energy that God doesn't do all the good things. It doesn't just pour out all good things into our world. It gets us to take action towards ourselves. And so being able to take action towards ourselves, walk into us, walk into our truth, walk into the light, walk into our own healing journey, surrendering in to what we need to surrender into. And also then to not be afraid to let our fucking woo-woo out, to not be afraid to shine, to not be afraid to be ourselves, to not be afraid I can speak in this holy language and I can do all this. And over here, I can also come in and I can be this person and I can just strip it all down and speak to spirit, give messages. We can laugh and find joy in communicating the spirit, because that's what rises the vibration. That's what brings us into that place. And so, no longer hiding or masking or downplaying the woo-woo that exists within us, to let ourselves be wild, to let ourselves be beautiful, to let ourselves be hot mess, to let ourselves be weird, wild, crazy, let ourselves be practical and logical. Whoever it is, to be that, to be present in that, be you. And that's the greatest message. But support each other and be kind and show dignity to each other in being that. And that's what I love to promote. That's what I love to be a part of. And that's some of my biggest messages and where I'm working from right now. And Lisa showed the book, and I don't have a copy right here, right now, but she did also show the copy of the mugs. And right. And so the cards are not in creation for you to purchase the cards, but they're on mugs. And so you can actually get, be kind to you. And mine says, be your own miracle today, which was the last of my conversation last night. So yeah. And so that's some of the great things that we have happening. Like I said, you can share this live, because we're going to give away 5 tickets tonight. And I don't know how we're going to do that yet, Lisa, but I don't know how that's going to happen, but we are going to give away 5, but we're also going to give you a little bit of some readings tonight that show you a little bit of what we do, because we are doing a dual mediumship, intuitive guidance on the Saturday night. So we are going to do a little bit of that. And we also have, I know Lisa Starr Francis is here tonight. Laura Lee is here. I seen Linda here. I don't know who else we have here, but they are some of the presenters that are a part of this. Some of the presenters are, graduates of More Than Existing. They are light workers. Light worker coaches. They are healers. And Laura Lee, who is here, who's going to be sharing her published book, she was my Reiki master teacher. She's the one who really, truly just stopped me and said, listen, listen. And that was the beginning of an amazing journey. And we all share the light, and we all share the love, and we all support each other. And so we want to share some of this with you tonight. We want to be able to bring this love and light into these rooms. We're in many different, I thought it was on my main page, but I don't know where that one went, but it's not up. But so we're on this site. We're on Lisa's page. I think we should be on your page. Did you check? And then we're on the More Than Existing Academy page. If you're not a part of that page, go be a part of that page as well, because that one's going to be growing. We're on YouTube. We're on the YouTube channel as well. So we are all over the place tonight. So yeah, if we're not seeing your comments, it's because we're not getting we're not seeing it come up, or you're commenting underneath the you're not commenting in the live feed. You're commenting underneath the actual post on the page. So you got to be in the live feed itself for us to see your comments. So we are going to start out with we're going to choose a few people first and do a couple of readings, and then we're going to start giving out some of these 5 tickets. I don't know how we do it, numbers, or maybe we'll choose numbers, right? And
well, I'm wondering if Lisa Starr Francis is going to be in here for a little while and she's feeling up to it, maybe she could intuitively draw a number or something later on, and we might have to rely on a third party who is kind of facilitating some of the energy to maybe announce intuitively the 5 that they're feeling through. I just totally passed the baton to somebody else.
I was just going to say, you just can give that away.
I don't like to pick. We'll pick cards.
Let's see what we got. Okay. So I want to, what does Stacy say? Amazing teacher, author, healer, and channel. I've been following Corrie for 2.5 years. I've learned and have healed by this amazing woman. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. We're going to be asking you to pick 5 people, Lisa. Yeah.
Yeah, and not to disclose it until later on. Look at how willing she is just to step in, right? You get a feeling and you reach out to the beautiful sisterhood, and somebody's always willing just to kind of step in and hold a different space when you're tapping into different energies. How beautiful is that?
Beautiful.
I'm really learning to reach out and ask for help this week. That's part of the theme of knowing that I could just intuitively grab a name and call it out, and that it would be okay to ask, because that individual's strong enough to say, no, not interested. But that was yeah, I'm going to do that for you. So thank you, Lisa. Thank you for trusting in that. That was the first reading, by the way.
And we're going to choose Lorene. So Lorene Grunberg Banks is going to be our first.
Okay.
We're going to choose her first. So you can pull from your deck first.
Okay. I have a couple decks that I brought in tonight, and it's interesting because there's such an energy right now of we all just need more kindness. I know when I was drumming before coming into this space, I had to get so quiet, and I was barely even drumming. It was just like, there's so much loud noise out there right now. There's so much destruction, and there's such a call to come in and just to find that peace inside. So I actually grabbed the beautiful butterfly oracle cards. They symbolize the transformation, but it's also about that blue in the throat chakra. And for me, it's really about, getting comfortable in speaking your truth or doing the actions that you know are right for you. So sometimes that is a very clear no. I don't have the energy to do that. I don't want to do that. I'm tired of doing things for everybody else. So this comes back to that whole essence of, it's okay to cocoon yourself. It's okay to hold yourself. It's okay to allow yourself to just do nothing right now. And to do nothing is also to actually give yourself the biggest growth. A lot of times we're afraid to get into that cocoon because it's dark, it is unknown to us, it's uncomfortable to us. The mind chatter wants to jump in and say, well, you should be doing this, and what about that person? And I don't want to let anybody down. And the energy is saying right now, no, this is your time to be kind to you. It's your time for transformation. Loving yourself is the greatest gift you can give to all. So your card is join in. I'm going to make sure I hold it where you can see it. Join in means you are part of the collective. So just like you give to everybody else, you are also a part of that. You need to give to you. So the white here is representing that higher self coming in. You are the blue, the one that is needing to listen, to receive, to nourish yourself, to get that guidance. That's also that intuition. So when you allow yourself that time for you and you claim your space, carve out some time, don't negotiate it. It is sacred time. You don't have to do anything more than to sit there with a hot cup of tea, wrap yourself in a blanket, allow yourself to just feel, to breathe, to be present with yourself. That's where you're going to receive the biggest information. You're going to get the clarity to help you make those decisions. You're going to tap into, well, what is it that I really need to do for myself? Not the to-do list, not taking care of others, not worrying about things that are beyond your control, but allowing yourself to go through that beautiful transformation process. So I do feel like there is a lot of call for you right now to just come home and nurture yourself. And perhaps you're just needing some permission that is okay to do it. Now I have what I like to call a 2-to-1 ratio. You have to receive twice as much as you give. And I know that sounds difficult, but you have to fill up you. Then you have to fill up your energy field, because that is what other people feel. So if you are not filling up the energy field, you're giving from yourself. If you're giving from yourself, then you are drained and you are depleted. You're not giving the fullness of who you are. So even when we tend to say yes and we do things anyway, well, people know our hearts aren't into it, our feelings aren't into it, we're feeling sometimes angry about it. Been there. It's normal to have those emotions and those experiences. But when you allow yourself to have that loving, no, not today, I need time for myself, that is such strong empowerment. And you start to teach others that, they can go find a different solution. They can wait and learn how to build that patience. They can empower themselves by, reaching deeper to solve that issue. And yes, they might have a bit of a hissy fit. There might be some emotional energy that comes with that. But that is just because they also have a need that needs to be met. Now, you're not there to meet everybody else's needs. You're there to meet your own and to empower somebody else to do the same for them. So it's kind of stepping into that greater role of being a teacher by knowing that taking care of self is the greatest gift of all. Building that relationship with you, that deep, loving relationship with you, joining yourself into the collective. You are just as important as everybody else. Your needs matter just as much as everybody else. That is where grace is found. So really be gentle with yourself right now. Care about yourself right now. Whatever you see in another and you're giving to another, ask if you're needing that for you. Because sometimes that's the easiest way to kind of steer things back into your direction. So we're sending you much love there, Lorraine.
Okay. I got some cards for her. I got some cards for you too. So as Lisa pulled out the blue, I also pulled out the blue, and I went to Tarot and I went to this card. So I went to my deck and I went to the Tarot as well. And so Tarot is coming in to kick your ass. And I thought Goddess was coming in to be gentle to you, Lorraine, but it's not. It's coming in to kick your ass. So so Lisa might be a little sweeter than me with some of these. So Love in the Dark, and it's Shyama. And she's truly, like, she looks like it's a dark card. It looks like it's a dark energy. And it's like, but this is you finally making a choice to take, all of the head stories, all of the mind games, all of the fear, all that's kind of holding you hostage in some of your grief stories and some of the other things. And you're just being told, and I'm going to say it exactly as I'm hearing it, put your big girl panties on. You got a life to live. And so you're being told, Lorraine, that, there's like, start going in a new direction. The full moon that's coming up this month is such a big moon for you. It has such purpose for you. I feel like it's an opportunity to really shine a light upon the areas where, your shadow self is showing up and not your true self. The one that has to be the pleaser, the one that thinks she has to be there for everybody. And so the messengers in the back and this beautiful raven energy, you can see one has landed on the shadows. They're not trees. This is not real. This is all illusions. The only thing real is the bird and her. It's Shyama. Everything else here is an illusion. So we tell ourselves many stories of why we can't, or why we can't do this now, or why this can't happen. And so much of it is such an illusion. So much of it is so not our truth. And so you're being told that there's one person who knows exactly who you are, because there's no one in the world who knew you any better than the one person knew you. And so I'm going to tell you that would be Sister. And so she's just saying to you, it's like time to start moving forward. And I got this kind of joking story, and I don't know how this resonates to you, but kissing frogs. She just tells me that she kissed so many frogs, Linda. Yes. And so she kissed so many frogs, and she says, and now where she is, it is nothing but Prince Charming's. And she said to tell you that. I don't know why that comes in for you, but she says there's nothing but Prince Charming's. And she really resonates to a horse, like that you either have a horse that is like kind of got this big personality, or some tie to a big horse with a big personality. And I feel like that horse always comes in around like in the energy somehow. So it could be a spirit guide, it could be watching over you, but it's like it's time for you to like just kind of, you're putting your cloak on, you're ignoring all the naysayers, you're ignoring all the negative energy, you're ignoring all of that stuff, and you're just finally starting to find some sense of joy. Moving forward with joy and happiness is what's coming up for you. So it's like every time you complain or every negative comment, you're being told, don't go there. No, you got to start moving forward. And so, yeah, and there's good things coming your way, by the way. Linda and I love Skip. Okay, well, here we go. That's all about Skip. And so, yeah, and just that beautiful horse energy. And I'm like, oh, so it's all about Skip. And she's there. She walks with that horse. She's present with that horse energy. And she's just present with you and kind of telling you to get going now, get galloping, get moving. There's a lot of good things coming. So yeah. All right. Thank you, Lynn. Thank you, Lorraine. And Linda. Thank you, Linda. Thank you, Linda, for coming in tonight. Okay, Lisa, you can choose.
Oh, I was just looking at the list and my eyes instantly went to Shauna Whitney.
Ooh. Shauna.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want me to start?
Yes, you go ahead. I'm still shuffling. We got some flippers, but you go.
All right. Shauna, I actually have a desire to go to a whole nother deck for you. And I'm going to go into the Sacred Rebels, which I don't pull out often for these type of sessions, but they're sitting there and I just heard them call your name. And so these are big, big decks with big, big energy. So I'm going to the big, big deck with big, big energy for you. And so, whoa. And it flipped over for you. And this one is about faith in the process. Faith in the process. And that raw, stripped down, vulnerable, kind of exposing ourselves and just trusting that all that is falling away, all that is breaking away is all a part of the divine plan. I want you to really notice that little tiny bird up here, that little bird on her spine, on her back. Our spine is the tree of life. She is that little she bird. I'm going to say it's a she. It's a woman. It represents a woman that was within your life that was flexible, strong, courageous, but unbreakable. She endured a lot of stories and was there. I feel like she cooked meals, suppers for everybody. She took care of a lot of people. She was a volunteer. She did a lot of good things in her day and in her time. And she sits on your tree of life. So she's in your family tree. She's linked to you. And she's just saying to you, you have to just let yourself kind of give it to God consciousness. Just give it over and stop trying to be so strong. Stop trying to be so much. Just let yourself gently fall in to allowing this to all fall through for you and just have faith in what is unfolding. And if you look, there's another little bird that's perched down there that's just saying, we will guide your way. We will show you the way. You got to stop trying to force that. And it's definitely a grandmother energy. Definitely a grandmother energy. I feel like this grandmother may have had a little bit of a booty for some reason. I don't know what that means. Whether she had a really cute bum or she had a big bum, but she's got some booty, she tells me. And so, and I feel like it's like she's the kind of grandmother that kind of would have been like when every other woman was wearing pants, she wore slacks, like slacks, you know what, the dress pants type of stuff. And that red really stands out to us, right? This right here. And this is root. So being that right down into the root of us, getting grounded and rooted. Not so, my grandma had a good butt. It's all in her booty, right? She just like, and I'm like, it feels like a good booty to me. And it's like, and it's like that. So rooted in just being like connected into knowing where you came from, knowing who you are, not feeling that you have to be so, forceful of trying to create something or trying to be something, that the work is being done on your behalf. And so I also pulled out the Eight of Pentacles first, and I kind of threw it down, and then I looked down again, and I'm like, this is our material world. And so everything is orchestrated. It's in the plan. It's all that mapping out, designing, kind of setting goals to, stop setting so many goals. Stop trying to feel like there's something that you haven't yet accomplished or you haven't yet done. It's like you're being created into the person that you need to be for the next stage of your journey. And you really have to appreciate and just honor, that ancestral link of who you are, and allowing yourself to just kind of go into your butterfly moment, go into that cocoon moment, and just starting to know there's a lot happening that is unseen on your behalf to help guide you. You have to let go of the strings. Yeah. Lisa.
Beautiful. So Shauna, what I'm doing is I'm tapping into the energies to ask, what do you need right now to help support you on your journey? So I grabbed the Oracle of the Fairy cards for you. These are very soft, very loving, very gentle cards. And what I do is I show the bottom of the deck because that kind of represents the overall energy that I'm feeling for you. You have a card coming in protection, and it is hidden depths. Now, there is a lot of green in here, and that tells me that you're really embarking on a healing journey right now. And you may sometimes feel like you're free falling into, I'm going to call it the abyss, because it can be this unknown territory. You're kind of going, what in the world is going on? Why is all this stuff resurfacing for me? Why do sometimes I feel like I'm drowning? Now, what it is, and what I can share from personal experience, is when we push so much emotions down, but then we step into a new place of being ready to move forward and to become a new version of ourselves, well, then those things start to come up again so that you can hold them, you can honor them, and then you can let them go, because you know that that's not your truth of today. You know, the woman of today is not that old story from the past. It's not the limitations from the past. It's not the hurts that have been imposed upon you from the past. So know that, yes, you are on a journey right now, but everything is going to be absolutely fine. That white represents that connection to a higher self. You are guided, you are protected, even though you feel like you may be going down or going backwards some days. Know that it is there so that you can step forward as a stronger version of yourself. So we go into what I like to refer to as the soul's message for you, what that higher guidance wants you to know. And you have protection. Now, there are so many beautiful colors going on in this card, and that really represents that you have a council of energies around you. So if you're feeling that, some days I just need some more strength, they're asking you to call in the strength. Allow yourself to reach up and out for what it is that you need. You don't have to be so independent. You don't have to try to do everything by yourself. To-do lists are great, but they are there to help you delegate. Make your list, honor your list, and then pass that off to those individuals, your team that is around you, to help them grow as well. Because I feel like you tend to take on so much. You have such a big heart, but you're also depleting from your own energy. So they're saying it is okay for you to trust. It is okay for you to delegate some of that. It is okay for you to let other people fill some of the shoes that you have been filling for so long, but you're ready to change. You're ready to go into a different version and a different journey. So we can't step into the new unless we let go of the version of the old. So then we go into the action step for you, and it's coming in protection again, meaning this needs to come into yourself. And it says inspiration. Now, what I'm feeling for this is, all of those moments where you feel that joy and you just feel yourself lighten up, meaning you're being inspired yourself, because this is something for you and something that is a project that just feels really good, but you don't quite have the time to do it. So that is where you need to free up that time. Trust in that inspiration coming through. Because when you start embracing that and you start holding that and you start honoring it, you're going to just find that everything else kind of lifts off your shoulders you get to straighten up more. You can breathe more. You can train that team to do things that they're very capable of doing as well, which then becomes you stepping in as that empowerment leader, going to the hidden depths to know that you are a great teacher. You can teach others, and then they can teach others, and you just keep passing that ripple effect forward. When you step down, someone steps up, and you just keep on going in the journey. So really pay attention right now as to, what is inspiring me? What kind of comes in those moments of quiet contemplation? And I can just feel that in my stomach going, oh, wow, that would be really cool to try, or that would be really cool to check out. And maybe just let yourself taste some of that. Try to sign up for one of those classes, or allow yourself some moments to just sit with whatever you're feeling. Let that creativity come pouring forward, and just give yourself permission to try. You don't have to fully commit if you're worried about that commitment piece right now, but why not just try something for yourself to just immerse the experience? Maybe it'll work, maybe it doesn't, but you're never going to know unless you set yourself free to just try it. So trust in that message that you are already getting to inspire yourself. All right. Thanks, Shauna. Not a good at delegation. I wasn't either. It gets easier.
Lisa, do you want to copy the link and share it over to your business page? It's not showing up on your business page.
Wow.
And we have a surprise guest coming in. Lisa Starr Francis is actually going to be joining us.
Excellent.
So she's getting ready. You're very welcome, Shauna. And so she's getting ready, and she's coming in to join us. So she's coming up on the screen with us. I just sent her the link, but she's getting ready. So give her a few moments before she comes in. So we'll have 3 of us in here sharing out some of these readings, giving away some tickets. So we're waiting to give away some tickets when we get Lisa in here. We have 5 tickets tonight to the online summit this weekend that you can come to as much live as you can. Other parts you can watch the recordings. I suggest coming to as many lives as you can, because it's live. It's like online in person. It's interactive. You get to be in the energy. You get to be present with it. But you can go back and listen to it as much as you want.
The tech support is not very techy when it comes to copying Be Live over. So I might have to figure out how to do that later.
Let me see.
It's not coming through the channel. I can't guide myself through the door.
Okay. You just got to go copy link. So go down to the bottom where it says share. Can you get? Oh, I'm on my phone. That's why it's so easy for me.
We're trusting in the flow.
Okay.
We'll find a way.
And here comes. Oh, where did she just go? She was on her way in, and then we just lost her, but she's coming back in. So we're just waiting for her to get in here. So yes. So Stacy, Lisa does have a YouTube channel. Yes, she does. She's Loving Energy Recharge, and you can find her on Facebook and on YouTube as well. She's both places. And she does a daily reading that gets posted every single day. Just trying to get. Where did Lisa just go? So we'll have 2 Lisas. So I'm going to put, while we're waiting for Lisa to get in here, and I'm going to go back up, and I'm going to Felicia. If Felicia is still with us, I'm going to pull a card, or I'm going to pull her name, and then Lisa gets to start first with Felicia. Are you still here, Felicia? Felicia Anthony. There she is. She's right there. And so, yeah.
Do you want me to start this one while you get the other Lisa in the door?
Yeah, I'm just waiting for her to pop up here. So you start.
Okay. I had Felicia, your cards came out right away. The overall energy I'm getting for you is life energy. coming into you. So when I feel through the life energy, you can see the wings expanding in the background. Coming into protection doesn't mean that you are blocked. I see that more as, you're starting to breathe into yourself. And I'm instantly drawn to, taking that deep breath and filling up the backbone, feeling the energy through the chakra system, and really getting to know, this is your year to discover you. It feels like there's so much beautiful energy there of growth, so much energies that are here trying to support you and guide you, and just breathing into that expansion of, this is my time. I'm claiming some of that space. I'm going to own who I am. I'm going to walk into this version of me. It feels so empowering, so encouraging. I'm not sure if you're doing some new things or you have it on the radar that you're just stepping into this new energy. But I just want to sit up like really tall, and my backbone is just like, you got this. Like, just keep on walking forward with whatever it is that you are doing. Now, the other card that came out for you is music. Oh, there's so much green coming in through this one. Music can be the healing of the soul. So it could be that you're doing something, or you are musically inclined, or you're getting messages through hearing the music. But it's also about, in the green, we all have our own heart song. We all have our unique way of expressing ourselves, and that is coming into your authenticity. Removing all those old layers that other people place upon us, and embarking on this journey of, I'm just going to discover who I am. And I'm going to do those things that resonate with my soul, and I'm going to let myself just light up. So paying attention to those things that really do light yourself up, claiming your space, not being afraid to step forward. I feel like, this individual yourself is just ready to step forward. Now, at the very bottom, it says, listen carefully, for there may be a message in the music you hear. Music can lift your soul, rekindle memories, and charm fairies to your door. So, Felicity, I see your comment there that you were listening to music before coming in. Start really paying attention to what songs are catching your attention. There's always messages in there guiding. And ask to be shown things that are going to help you step into that new version of you that you can connect with, to feel that empowerment, to feel that strength, and really get to know yourself. I got some great echoes.
We got some feedback. There's one of us is playing her. And this is now joining us. There's one of us is playing her. Lisa, and this is Francis. Do you have a back?
My mic is muted.
You're on now, but I can hear feedback coming from somewhere. Do you have another window open?
I haven't turned off my mic.
Okay, wait a minute. I must have it over here. Hang on.
Do you have another window?
Scheiß in the Hosen.
I'll mute you until you're done.
That happened to me before too. I had Facebook opened in the background and it would echo out.
My husband's looking in the door.
Come fix our problems.
You need to go
speaking of music and Felicia's message, all I'm hearing right now is girls just want to have fun. And it's also part of the message of whatever you see and whatever you walk into, the message still goes on and on and on.
I am so sorry.
Show with the girls just want to have fun energy. This is just us rolling with the flow and letting spirit claim the space.
This is how we go. So Felicia, while we're getting all situated here, I have a card for you, and it's imperfectly perfect, and it's Gemma. I don't even know where to look anymore. Perfectly perfect, and it's Gemma. And it's like not waiting for that perfect moment, that perfect opportunity to just freaking show up. Just step yourself into whatever it is that you are thinking about doing. That's something new. It's time for you to be able to start to walk into new, to start to allow new. Hesitation and doubt that is like the dark side. That is like that's like the dark side of our dreams, right? It's the fact that we wait for something that's where our self-sabotage comes in. That's where the sense of we step into that place of really truly saying, I would love to be this or do this, but no. So we end up in this not living. We end up missing out or missing our moments to actually thrive. And so I feel like this new in your life is about thriving in the imperfection, not waiting for perfection, and just letting it go. It's like you don't have forever at this time in your life. This forever at this time in your life will lead, and it will leave, and a new time will come. So being able to step into that and letting yourself just shine, it's so important for you right now. It's part of your 2022. It really is. Yeah. And there's Lisa Starr Francis, now with no echo.
Now with no echo. Well, thank our lucky stars about that. My husband is a sound technician. He was not impressed with the fact that I didn't have all the windows closed with all the other things going on, because I was watching you, because I'm a busy maiden, let's just say, and I was doing multitasking. So I had the computer on in my room, and I had you on my phone too, and I was walking all around the house and plugging you in wherever I was so I wouldn't miss a beat. So I had you going, and I turned you off on my phone, but I forgot about my computer. And you saw what happened.
I did, and I knew your husband would show up. I knew he would. So, and you're just stepping in. So we're going to let we have someone who we have Heather. Yeah, we have Heather, and Heather was asking for a card, and so we're going to let you start with Heather.
Heather. Okay, Heather.
And Lisa has her own deck of her Oracle card system. So she does the word alchemy. And now when she starts to do her cards, I see them move. So I may see something very different.
Right. Yeah. So you might get part 1 and part 2. Because it's
part 3, because Lisa might now have a part 2. You're in here too.
Yeah.
We're dancing.
We may even have part 3, because you know. Okay, so for Heather, let's see what we can get. I trust that whatever card we get is the perfect card for Heather. That I know. And I trust that my hand is divinely led to that card, and it serves her highest good. All right, so what does she get? She gets one of the 2 cards. Okay. Okay, so I'm doing this different. All right, so, yeah, I got to figure out my spacing here, girls. Okay, so this is your card, Heather, and it is an R. It has the letter R on it. It's so hard to get these cards right in such a way. But this card calls itself the language of universal love is my mother tongue. So, how am I going to do that? So, right now, it would seem that your heart is having to open to look at how it is that you've been communicating with people, and how not just how you communicate, but how when someone comes at you with loving communication or with somewhat confrontational communication. This is about what language you choose to use back. So some of us, when people speak to us lovingly, we can't receive that. So we don't speak back lovingly. And some of us, when people speak to us rudely, it causes us to be rude back, even though we're not rude. So this card just comes to say, if you can go by the guidebook that the language of universal love is your personal mother tongue, meaning that you're always checking in to find out when someone comes at me and gives me love, am I responding from a place like, am I accepting it, first of all? And is my response coming back like, because love is actually natural in the universe. So you should be able to naturally accept it and send it back in a way with your words, let's just say. And by the same token, when someone comes at you in a confrontational way, can you stop and ask yourself, is the language of universal love going to be the words that speak here? Because really, I'm not a rude person. Really, I'm not a rude person. So, and Heather, I'm going to add this because I've never added this, but this just happened to me the other day. So I know I'm supposed to add this. Okay. So I read this little Indian, I don't know if it's a proverb because I don't know if they have proverbs, but it's a little Indian story that they teach. So if you can imagine, there's a narrow footpath, and they have a saying that says something about this narrow footpath. And the way they explain it is that if two people meet on the narrow footpath, so you're walking along the narrow footpath and you can see another person coming, they say that if they're two good people, there will be three paths because each good person will step over to the side, leaving the middle free, and they'll pass by one another and smile at one another. If two people meet on a footpath and one of them is good and one of them is not good, the one that's good will move over and the one who's not good will not move over. So there will be two paths and they'll pass each other closely. If the two people on the path are both not good, no one will move over and they will fight in the footpath to push each other out of the way. So that is the perfect example for this kind of card in the way that it wants to be used with you. It doesn't want to be just talked to in, only talk this way or only talk that way. It wants to say to you, you get to choose to use this language. You get to choose this language when someone comes at you with love, especially if you have a hard time accepting love. You get to use this way of communicating back. And even if you can't speak, you can find a way to receive that love and allow the language of universal love to be coming out of your heart. And so too, if someone's rude to you, you do not have to let that reduce you into rudeness. You can still speak from the language of universal love. So you can make the path, the choice that would be where there's, two good people and you're making the third path, or there's one good person and one not good person, and you're going to choose to, step out of the way. You're not going to get confrontational. You're going to choose that way. So that's what I would say about that. How's that? All working?
I'm like, I don't know if Lisa's got something as well. I feel like we all got something to share in this one. So you're going to get a big reading tonight here, Heather. So just bear with us because there's a lot for us to give.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I have to agree with Corrie when she says that Lisa Starr Francis's cards move. And what I was seeing is right in the middle in that gold, there was an image that actually appeared. And I was kind of looking at my different card systems going, do I go to the fairies? Do I go to the butterflies? And then I picked up the animals. But what drew my attention was really looking at the image in the gold and recognizing that I saw this. Now, this is a tiny little eagle that I have on my desk, and it was actually one of our presenters, Sherry Houle, that is coming into the summit that explained to me that the eagle symbolizes love. And when you hear that call of the eagle and you allow yourself to rise up higher, to see things from a new perspective, you can be protective of your sacred heart and that energy. And you can also allow yourself to see more of the picture. So as a very sensitive empath myself and somebody who most definitely had a closed off heart for a large portion of my life because of that sensitivity, not wanting to get hurt, not wanting to be taken advantage of, feeling so much for everybody else, I understand that journey of, it's a hard place to learn to trust again, to not let people take advantage of you. And I say not let people take advantage of you, because I've learned in my own journey that we are the ones that decide whether we're going to be taken advantage of or not. So that eagle really calls us home to rise up, to say, you know, you matter. You got to come back into the nest of you. You got to rise yourself up when somebody's asking you to do something, and then check in with yourself. Am I giving in because they're emotionally persuading me and I'm feeling into their emotion and I'm just trying to keep the peace, or to, you know, help out what I'm feeling? Or is this something that's going to serve my highest good? So I have a new sign that's up in my office, and it says, you know, is this decision either going to empower me or disempower me? So when you allow yourself just to take a step back, take in that deep breath, rise up to hear the eagles. I see your comment there that you've been seeing the eagles and the owl. They're calling to you. The owl is wise. The eagle wants you to go up higher, to really look at that whole situation, to gift yourself the time you need for your own clarity. You don't have to rush into anything. In the human design I teach, it's all about, you know, step away from the emotional energy. Give yourself 24 hours to make your decision, and just let the other person know, I'll get back to you. And if they're pushing you to decide right now, well, that is their own need to be pleased. You teach them empowerment by teaching them to be patient. So you might come up with your own creative ways of buying yourself some time, but give yourself that gift of self-love to get that clarity. And then you're going to know for yourself. That eagle, that heart center is going to let you know, do I have to protect my energy? Is that the most loving thing to do? Or can I let my guard down and understand that, that person really wants to help me? This really is for my highest good. This really is to teach me and empower me. And then to trust where that guides you, because you have all the wisdom in here. You can really learn to trust in yourself. It's a beautiful, beautiful journey.
Okay, thank you. So Heather, bald as an eagle. Bald as an eagle. I just heard that, bald as an eagle. And then I got this humorous kind of kind of dancing, like and I'm like, there's some sort of like silly humor, funny, practical joke stir kind of energy that is also coming in. And I'm like, and I know this is ultimate time of putting the love into you, to letting yourself put yourself back out there. Put yourself back out into the world. Let yourself go into the world. So I pulled the beautiful transformation, which is a mirror. And she's been through her hell and back. She's been through it all. She's holding her world in her hands. She's standing in the waters. She's standing in where she has been. And she's holding that world, and she's contemplating, she's thinking about, where do I go? What direction do I go? And just trust. And so the owls are all over my house, just to let you know that owls are everywhere in my house. And so we have some amazing owl little witchies on the other side that are watching over us. And they're amazing eyes that can see everything, even what we can't see, and they bring it forth for us. And so we also have this beautiful stargazer energy, and she's coming in attitude. So it's almost like fiercely independent, or trying to be fiercely independent. And I feel like sometimes you're being so fiercely independent that you're seeing yourself as not being able, I don't have time for this, I can't do this, I gotta, so many other things got to be done. And you're being reminded that you're very, very young. And my heart just feels like I just want to reach in and just like hug you, like just give you like the biggest hug, and just say, I didn't leave you. I didn't leave you. I'm still there. I'm still present. But opening up these doors, open up these moments, open up the opportunity. And I don't know what's with a cabin. I don't know if you guys used to go to a cabin, or like you and your family, I don't know if you and your family used to go to some sort of cabin. I got on the lake, and something about being on the lake that is also coming up as well. And so being able to you can't recreate the old memories, but it's time to start creating new memories. And that's part of the transformation and part of the growth. And part of that, just knowing that there's some twin energy watching over you as well. And I just want to reach in and hug you. I'm just, you're, coming into that place of being content with that. You've done all that you could do, and it's contested a contentment, and climbing up on that mountain now, getting up on your perch, looking down, don't look back, look forward, and start looking forward to a beautiful future, because I feel like there's some sort of love coming in for you. There's some sort of love coming in for you, and for you to be able to embrace all of this love that's coming in. And I hope somehow this helps you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Who are we picking? Wendy Heap. Sorry, guys. Wendy Heap. I just got that just like, woof. So, yeah, Wendy, it's you. Lisa Richard, you want to start?
I'm still shuffling through.
Okay.
Oh, never mind. Sometimes there's a little bit of a pause because we tend to block what it is that we're wanting to bring forward in the energy. What I'm getting for you, Wendy, is purity in protection. Now, it's funny because when Corrie and I first met earlier today, I was freezing cold. And I kept saying, it's cold outside, it's drafting here. I got to warm up my office before I step in today. And then it finally dawned on me, I'm cold because I'm cleansing. I'm cold because I'm purifying. So sometimes our bodies go in these states of change because we are transforming into a new version of ourselves. But when we block the process, that can sometimes be painful. So purity at the bottom says, always trust in the purity of your heart. Your heart's going to guide the way. Look inside your heart, and within it, you will find the answer to your question. So the unicorn is also that magic of knowing there's always solutions. Just because we are set on a certain way or we're very logical thinking, and that was definitely myself at the beginning of this journey, is I needed proof. I needed to know exactly what was going on and why it was happening. And when I learned to get out of my own way and just trust that, sometimes things don't have an answer. Sometimes things just happen because that's the normal part of the process. That's how our body is clearing. I know for myself, and I'm not giving medical advice to anybody, I'm just going to share a little bit of my own journey, but I've had really bad hip pain. Now, I have noticed and I've paid attention that, it's happening on the left side. Okay, that's my feminine side. So what is it that I'm needing to pay attention to? And what is it in my lower chakras, that hip being the sacral energy, the rooted energy connecting to the earth? What is happening in that space that I am resisting? Now, I know for me, I am absolutely a control freak. I have really walked a journey of letting some of that go. So when that feminine side of me acts up, I know that it's calling for me to nurture my body more. And part of that nurturing and letting go of the control to walk into the purity is learning to ask for help, is learning that, I have some limitations right now. And that means that I have to reach out for assistance. That means I have to be more gentle on myself. I have to make sure that I'm not expecting things from me just because that's the way I've always done them. So why isn't it working now? But it's just recognizing that, the body's changing, the spirit's changing, the energy is changing. Yes, pain hurts, but pain often flares up to really get us to pay attention. So when we tap into that inner wisdom and we allow ourselves to feel the pain, but also to embrace it. And it almost feels like, when you get a really bad Charlie horse, the medicine for that is take the deep breath. You have to bring yourself into that calm, because what's happening is you're pushing all the oxygen down to that area, because that is the lactic acid that is coming up, flaring things up. Now, how hard it is when you're in the middle of a Charlie horse in that pain to just go back and, I'm okay. But when we allow ourselves to do it, it does push some energy to support that area. It helps us to ride through the moment. It helps us to know that we do have that strength inside to keep moving on the journey, to get the help that we need to walk through the next decision. So the other card I got for you is abundance. Really focusing on, you know, all of those things that are going well, all of those things that you've done on your own journey. I feel like this is you coming out of the lotus flower. You've had such an incredible unfolding over the last little while. I know you as one of the students of More Than Existing. I have personally seen a lot of your growth and your transformation. But I think a lot of times as individuals, we forget to see it for ourselves. So sometimes even just going back and realizing, you know, I have had incredible growth. I have done so much over the last little while. Yes, I'm going through this period of transformation. I'm going through changes. My body has just done miraculous things, and feeling the gratitude of that. If you can get through those situations, then you're highly likely to get through the new situations. Or you're meant to start holding on to some seeds of possibilities and letting them go, letting them be created in that magic of, you know, where is this going to take me? What am I going to learn from it? What is there for the future? So it says at the bottom for you, prepare yourself for incoming abundance. Release any mental blocks that you may have. In fairyland and human land, there's enough abundance for everybody. So sometimes we feel that, you know, if I take too much, somebody goes without. And that is not true. There is more than enough love out there. There's more than enough hope out there. There's more than enough money and material out there. Allowing yourself to truly tap into what is it that I need? Am I just reaching for material objects because that's a temporary band-aid? Go beyond that. What is it that you really need, that you're hoping to get, and what it is you're reaching for? Because a lot of times it's not in the material object. It is in the expression of the feeling. So the abundance comes by generating that feeling inside, cultivating inside, bringing up to the mind all of those times where you've experienced it, you see it, you can still allow yourself to grow it out in the world. And hold that near and dear to your heart. So I feel like this is a great opportunity for you just to recognize the awakening within, the woman who has grown in leaps and bounds, the abundance that is all around you, and allowing yourself just to play in that transformation and to honor the pain. Yes, pain always exists, but just like that Charlie horse, breathe into it. Breathe into it so that you can get the clarity of what you need to do, because it will guide you. The heart will always let you know. And that's the higher heart, the higher vibrating energies that come in.
Lisa Starr Francis.
I'm picking another card for her, am I? Okay.
Well, you're going to give her a message, whatever you want to give her there.
Okay. This is for Wendy. All right, Wendy. You've got the this card here, Wendy, which is a W card. So that's interesting because your name is Wendy, and you know I like to find things like that. So, you know, I think this is a confirmation to further just say to you that this is called the Lake of Illumination and Inspiration. So this is, you know, showing you water reflecting. So it's reflecting. So this card is just coming to back up what you've been hearing and saying this is a time of just reflecting on that which has gone. Finding like your illumination, you've been illuminated on a lot of different things, and some of the illumination has shown you things that have washed away, and some of the things about new things that are flowing in. So always looking inward, you can count on two things. You can count on finding some illumination and some inspiration. So I would just say this W's for you, Wendy, and they just want you to keep on going forward, doing what you've been doing, because it is illuminating you and it is inspiring you. Even on the days when we might not feel it is, it truly is. So this is just a little add-on plus bonus saying the same thing.
Thank you. So, Wendy, I just want to add this. I'm getting sacral, and this is sacral. This is the creation of stories that sometimes there's stories in your mind that are habitual, they're habits, and you're being told to be aware of what is so programmed, what is continual in some of the stories that you are telling yourself. And I keep tapping on top of my head. I'm like, and that's that you're trusting the emotional past experiences and not going to the higher self. So you're not walking into progressively forward thinking. You're traveling to what could happen or what could be transpiring instead of what is possible over here. So there is like this, like, you got to jump up. You got to jump up in your energy. It's almost like taking a leap instead of leaping like forwards, like jump up, start doing jumping jacks. I don't care what it is, but start like, but get up here, get up here, get up here is what you're being told. Become an observer of your own language of how you are speaking to yourself or just anywhere each and every day, catching the energy behind that. Very important right now. Yeah. Okay. So I had a plan. We're going to choose two people, and I just figured out how we're going to do this. So my cards go from 0 to 44. Right? My cards go from 0 to 44. So we're going to get whoever's in here that wants a chance to win a ticket that hasn't got a ticket yet, or, so you can choose a number from 0 to 44. And if there's 2 or 3 alike, then we'll do the lottery, right? We'll round it down and get you to choose again. And I'm going to shuffle the deck of cards and choose a number. So you have to put your number in the comments, and I'm going to keep shuffling until we get a number, and it's going to give you a chance to win one of the passes to, we're going to do 2 right now, one of the passes to the upcoming summit this weekend.
That's a great way, Corrie.
Beautiful.
I was inspired.
Just like the brilliance just hit me, like, do it.
I grab my notebook. I'll write down the names. We'll get them their certificates right after here so they can go in, they can register, they can get those freebies.
I'll have to see how many I got right, because of course I used my pendulum to pick 5 people already. So
yeah, okay. Well,
it's really fun for me to see how far I was from the mark. I'm not telling anybody else, just to say. And of course, I'm that to myself.
I'm just giving everybody a moment here. See if we got any more
lots of numbers.
Now, guys, remember choose only one number.
I think you're going to have to call times so that we know when to kind of draw that line.
Yeah.
Okay. So we can go up and take a look there.
I'm choosing now, so it's going to stop now, and you can only have one number. So if you chose 2, say correct number. It is number 30. 30.
I saw 30 in there. I'm just scrolling up and taking a look.
Number 30. And she's
Lynette Donald.
Lynette Donald, yes. That is our only 30 that we're seeing.
Yep.
Okay. Lynette Donald, you win one of the tickets, and you will receive a message because it's a barcode that you'll get. And you'll have to, now remember, we have 5 in total to give away. So we're going to do the next one as well. So, so I'm going to choose again. So do you have your numbers in? So as long as you got your numbers in, you get a chance. Lynette don't get to play again. She got hers. So whatever numbers you got up, if you didn't get a number in, get your number in really quickly. And this next one is going to be 36, number 36. 36. Do we have anyone who chose number 36? The unveiling.
Don't
No.
believe so. No.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, here we go again. All right, guys. Numbers. Last chance at numbers. Get your numbers in. Oh, shoot. It fell to the floor. And it's going to be the number. So whatever it is, we're not getting out the threes here. It is number 39. Whoa, this way. Number 39, Shyama. Do we have a 39 chosen?
You know, you're getting closer, but I don't think we have the 39.
Oh, wow. Okay.
We have a lot of 30s, though. You're picking up on the threes.
I'm picking up on the threes. Okay, let's see where we go again. This one is coming out. This is number 12. And
that's Stacy Churchill has number 12.
and this is Nugimi, which is wisdom of the elder. So Stacy, is she the only number 12?
The only number 12, and she put it twice, so that is definitely meant to be Stacy's.
and do you know what Nugimi means? This is grandmother in Mi'kmaq. This is one of the ways you can spell it, and that's Lisa's card that she's had out all day. So Stacy Churchill.
Stacy Churchill.
Well, let's do a third one since we're going.
Okay.
Since all the numbers are up, and then we'll get new numbers. Okay. So let's go one more. This card just fell out of my hands. 25. This is Contessa.
Ooh.
25. Do we have anyone with 25?
No, 25.
No.
Oh, here we go again. Yes, exactly, Joanne. 1 + 2 = 3. So it was still in the 3. Okay. Let's see. We have 27, which is Forever Yearning Luna. 27. No 27?
I'm
Wow.
not seeing a 27.
Okay, here we go again.
It's a lot of numbers to look at.
A lot of numbers. 7. Number 7, Merlina. She's the mystical dreamer.
We have Leanne Willier. I see she's got a 7 in there. Just see if there's any others.
Rhonda Crew.
And a Rhonda Crew. I think we have to have a redraw again with those two ladies.
Okay, so for the two,
there's 3. That's our power of 3. Good numbers for pulling.
So we have
Leanne, Lynette, and Rhonda.
Okay, so down to you 3 ladies. You get to choose.
Lynette already have a ticket? Isn't she the one that won already?
Yes, she did. Good reminder.
You're not doing Lynette. So we have Rhonda and who?
Leanne.
Rhonda and Leanne. Are you 2 ladies not in you're in the same group, aren't you? Aren't you in the same level? Okay, let's see. Now that was a bunch of cards, so we couldn't pick from there. So you 2 got to pick a new number. Leanne Willier and Rhonda, you have to pick a new number. Where are you 2?
Come on, girls, pick your new numbers. Only Rhonda.
Oh, here we go.
There we go. Oh, they got numbers.
Okay, here we go, ladies.
I like how they picked.
Do you want to do the closest number to the draw?
I'm going to do a whole new number here. And then it is a 1.
It's a 1. So who's closer? Rhonda.
We have a 32 and a 33. They're 1 apart from each other.
Well, the one that's closest is Rhonda, if that's what you're doing.
Yeah, the one that's closest to the number is when we're choosing, and it's Rhonda.
That will be Rhonda, yeah.
It is Rhonda, which actually is the card of innocence, and it is grace.
Aw.
Yeah, beautiful grace. And we all are innocent. We all start out with our wings until our wings get clipped. And then we regain those wings. And it's like when we can see that we can fly and that we can rise. Now, don't go away, Leanne. Don't go away, anyone, because we have two more to come out. So we're just going to do another card. And I will start this one. Somebody else choose the person. And I will start the reading for one more person.
I'm not sure if this individual's still here, but my eyes, when I scrolled back up earlier, I was pulled right to Destiny. So Destiny, I don't know if you're still here. If you are, we can pull some cards for you.
And you're hearing Sid snore.
Just waiting to see if Destiny responds.
There she is.
Still here. Okay.
All right. Okay. Destiny. Let's see what I have for you. I have Sacred Sarah. This card is very, very special to my heart. This ties into my dear friend, Laura Lee, who blessed me with getting to know her beautiful daughter, Sarah, who was to me, I always called her my little fairy. She was our little fairy energy. And so you meet people in your life that you can't imagine. You can't see yourself as being as good as they are, as kind as they are, as just as beautiful of a light as you. And so this card is really, truly telling you that the way this card came in is when you can see you as you can see somebody else, not just through the enemies, not just through, the bad in other people or the negative in other people. When you can see that you are as good, as beautiful, as kind, as generous, as loving, as those that you admire. And so there was such admiration for my connection to my dear friend Laura Lee and her family. And this is the same thing for you. It's like that you look in and you admire those that inspire you, that you can see you can see their light, you can see the goodness. You have to take that reflection and bring it into you now, Destiny. And you have to see it within you, that you are that beautiful ray of light, that you are that beautiful angelic energy, that you are the same worthy human being, and to treat yourself as if you are sacred, to honor this by, being really, truly kind to you, how you speak to yourself, how you step into any of your energy, and just honoring that within you is so important for you right now. It's like, and I keep saying that all night, so important, everything's so important, but like, it's my word of the night, obviously. And so this is, she's really, truly, she's crone energy. She's crone. She's got it. She understands it. And there's such peace, contentment, silence, when you don't have to justify yourself, when you don't have to explain yourself. You are just what you are. And when you are just what you are and you accept you are what you are, there's just this beautiful ray of light, like rainbow light, that just starts to glow from within, that just says to you, I've been hard enough on myself. Now I can be kind. And that's what you're being told right now, to really, truly honor that within you. Yeah. Lisa Starr Francis, you look like you got something to go with there.
I don't know what I got, but I got a card coming out right here. I knew I was getting a card. I could feel I was. So where are you, Destiny? This is a card for you. This card is called Smell Life's Sweetness. So it wants me to talk about how are you. It wants you to notice yourself. It doesn't want me to tell you. It wants you to notice yourself in what I'm about to say. So if you were to walk by a beautiful flower garden, Would you be inclined to stop and smell the flowers? Would you stop to smell the sweetness that the flowers offer you? Or would you be too in a hurry to get where you're going to stop to take whiff, that whiff? Because that's what you need to be able to do, is you need to be able to notice those places in your life where you could slow down for a moment and enjoy it, like as if you were to stop and smell the aroma of a beautiful flower or flowers in a garden. And this card is just really wanting to remind you that that's as important as any other thing that you deem as important in your life. And without the ability to stop and smell life's sweetness, then life is not really very sweet. Life is not very sweet if you're never taking the time to stop and smell life's sweetness. So you're being really asked to notice yourself in regards to that, and to really look, to say to yourself, and you may have to use the real garden as a real signpost for yourself and say, how many times in my adult life, because when you were a kid, you probably did stop and bend over to smell the flowers, but you want to ask yourself, how many times have I gone by that particular flower garden and just walked by it? Never once stopping to smell the flowers. And when you check yourself like that, then the answer will be for you. You'll know, how much work do I have really to do in this category of taking some time to smell the sweetness of life? Because if you drop dead tomorrow, I mean, that's a terrible thing to say, but that's what they're making me say. So I'm saying it. If you drop dead tomorrow, you'd really want to think that you had friggin' leaned over and smelled those flowers. And they really want you to get on that this year, because that would be a really good thing to add to your life, is a little bit of enjoying the sweetness. It's like as if you would give everybody else the bubble bath, and then there'd be no bubbles left in the bottle, and you'd go, okay, I'll just take a plain bath. No, you deserve a few bubbles too. That's what they're saying. So you got to get some. So that's all. That's what I got. So, I didn't like the part about the drop dead business. That shocked me when it came out of my mouth. But I don't censor what's going on. So then after I go, oh, I don't know if I really like that. But that's what they said. And I think that, I think that that's serious for you, is that it's that serious that they said it like that. It's that serious that they want you to really take a look at it. That's a bit shocking. So I'm going to say, my guides would never make me say anything so shocking, except that they really wanted you to hear what the hell I was saying and not think that I'm just some,
we don't get a choice of what comes out of our, it comes, right? And that's the beauty of channeling and just trusting.
Yeah, that's the beauty of trusting, for sure.
Yeah, that's the beauty of trusting. And words are just words. It's the energy behind them.
Yeah. I want to tie a little bow in here. So I'm going to interject for a moment, because I just saw Eagle Healing, which is our Sherry that is bringing that eagle up again, that little messenger of love. Destiny, she just put in there that she has a ticket for you for the summit. So you'll have to connect with Sherry Hoole. That's Eagle Healing.
I want to take... I already gave Destiny a ticket. Destiny already has a gifted ticket.
Well, there you go. See, you have this gift of love coming in. But I also want to add into this reading, and I've kind of had to take my energy a step back, because I'm feeling a personal connection in this story as well. But just like Lisa had a message there, I'm going to trust in what is coming for me. And I feel like I want to tie this bow. I'm sitting right in the middle of these two beautiful women up in here, and I want to just kind of tie some of it together. And what I'm feeling is, when Corrie showed Sacred Sarah, my first thought as well was Laura Lee. Laura Lee is coming into the summit. I had to pull up my email, and I had to go back to Laura Lee's book, Healing Grief Following the Loss of a Child. Now, I was able to get a copy of that book, and I read it over the Christmas holidays. And what is really kind of coming to the forefront for me is Laura Lee, in her book, she used her ability to journal, and to journal the truth. It wasn't a censored version. It was exactly what she was feeling in the moment. And I know for myself, having lost my niece when she was 16, it was such a devastating time. And whenever you walk through that grief, whether it's your own grief or you're grieving pieces of you, there's always that opportunity to kind of, invite that loved one to come and use your eyes so that you can still connect with them in the beauty of the world. So I know for me, when I lost my beautiful niece and I knew her favorite color was yellow, when I needed to connect with her, I would go outside. And if it was fall time, I would look at the little leaves. I would look at those details. So like Lisa Starr Francis is saying, stopping to smell the roses, stopping in the garden to take those moments. It's allowing your eyes to see the beauty that the loved ones would see upon the earth as that reflection of they're still here. And then I know in my own experience, it became that excitement of, I would notice that bird. I'd be like, that's Nicole. My niece was Nicole. I'd be like, I know that's Nicole. I know that is her. Or I would see something else that would remind me of my grandmother. And I started to build up this emotional energy inside myself where I felt their encouragement and their desire to walk me through this journey, to find the beauty, no matter how dark the days got, to find the beauty, to know that there was always hope. And when I read Laura Lee's story, that did for me as well, because she talked a lot about the songbird. There's a songbird trail named after her beautiful daughter that passed. And then I see the messengers as the birds. Every single moment when we tune in and we get to listen, we may just notice that the birds are always singing. And we've just gone through a series of major storms here on Vancouver Island. But those birds, I kid you not, I'd look outside and they'd be like gliding in the wind. It was almost like they were having this party of their own where they were just going with the energy instead of letting the energy overtake them. And there was a few times during my day, I'd be feeling different kinds of energies, but I would get that little glimpse and I'd be reminded of, okay, they're having fun. Spirit is having fun. They're being playful. We've got this whole world laid out in front of us to just breathe it in. I keep asking, show me through your eyes. Show me the magic that you want me to see. So the card I actually pulled for you was inspiration. This came up earlier today, but it was allowing the higher spirit to inspire you, to guide the way, to help you have those leaps of faith, to take you down that new path. And then you got new beginning. So sometimes when there's a transformation, there's a letting go, or there's a loved one that has departed. Well, there's a new beginning to have a brand new relationship. And I'm going to tie this back to Laura Lee's book again, because she talks a lot in there about, she lost her beautiful daughter in physical form. So she learned how to have a relationship with spirit, with the greater self, the expansive self, and know it is not the same journey, but it is a new journey, a new beginning, a new way to start kind of going through some of that process. So if you haven't had a chance to read Laura Lee's book, or if you're coming to the summit, perhaps that is one session and you are coming into the summit, you have a ticket for that. I highly encourage you, if you can, be in the live there for Laura Lee's. She's on the Sunday at 2 Mountain Standard Time. There may be some deeper messages in there for you as well. And I know for myself, it really hit home. And that freedom to just journal and be real and be raw and not pretty it up, that's healing. That's the honesty with yourself. That is an amazing way to just pour some of that energy out. Because grief is real and grief has to be honored. And we all have to walk our own journey. There's no timeline. There's no ending to that. But you can work with it to show me another way to communicate. Building a new language, tapping into that love, knowing the eagles are always there, the messages are always there, and just allowing yourself to lend them your eyes. Let them see the beauty in the world through your eyes.
Thank you. And never be afraid of the mystical, magical world and the fact that we see fairies. Like, that's a huge thing. It's like the fairies, it's like that fairy energy is so real. And I'm like, when I'm there, right? And when I met Sarah, my first thing I said, I met a real life fairy. And that was exactly, and I know she's present here, so that's why we're, and Sherry with Eagle Healing is offering up a ticket. So now we have 3 tickets that we're going to give away. So we're going to draw for those right now and get that done because we're almost up to 2 hours. And so while I'm drawing, while you get an opportunity to all pull a new number now, that give yourself a new number. Pull if you already got a ticket, don't pull. But if you haven't, we now have 3 to choose from. So here we go. Go. Give a new number. Put down a new number and let's see. We're going to do the same thing from 0 to 44. 0 to 44. 0 to 44. And we'll give everyone a second here.
Get your numbers in.
I want to do that.
I'm like, I love to win prizes, and I go crazy when I'm at things like this where they're telling. I mean, I am a lunatic. Okay, like I am like typing my number over and over again and stuff. I can teach y'all how to get your number in there because I'm good at it.
Right? Yeah, she's
I love prizes.
She loves prizes. She loves prizes. So and so in the summit, while we're waiting for those numbers to come up, in those summits, we have such diversity, we have such love, we all speak the same language with different words, we sound differently, we look differently, we're all speaking the same language of healing, of love and light, and what it takes to heal. What it takes to be able to go through a healing process is not trying to move beyond the journey of healing, but stepping into the healing and allowing yourself to be present with your healing is so important. And so important. I don't know where that's coming. So I got someone here that used to always say that. That's why it's coming up. I don't know why, but it's, I always say the message that I give from spirit, from our loved ones that come through, that's beautiful to get the message. It is about what we do with the message after, what we do in our own journey. And they're here to be a part of our lives. And just as, Laura Lee, spoke about making a relationship. That's one of the biggest things that we always say is that, building a relationship with the spirit of the people that you love, but also to build a relationship with the soul essence of you. It is a priority that you get into a relationship with the parts of you that you don't even know even exist. You don't even know what you're even capable of, because you're always building a relationship with the shadow self, with the programmed, with the personas that we create. And so these women that are coming in to speak, they got some really good information. And it really does, it makes a difference to just, even when we think we know, that's one thing that I've taken out of my vocabulary. I know, because I would say, if you knew, you wouldn't be repeating. So there's something we don't know. There is something we're missing.
God. Don't we hate that? We hate that. That's right. We all just hate.
Yeah, I know. And if you knew, you knew. If you really knew, you wouldn't be on repeat, right? And that's such a truth. Okay, here we go. We don't have a whole lot of numbers right now.
Yeah, we do. We got 2, 4.
Am I not seeing
8, 10, 12? I see 12 numbers.
Okay. We have number 38. This is Willow. This is the Guardians.
Looks like we have Catherine.
Catherine. Hey, Catherine.
Oh, Catherine, yay. And so I channel the Guardians. So that's where you'll see me often coming in and channeling through the Guardians. So the Guardians is my card that really truly represents those guardians that watch over us, these big, tall pillars of light. I always say the birch trees remind me of the Guardians. And so, yay. Now we're going to choose 2 more. Well, if you want to win it, you have to make sure, Zippity, make sure you got your number in. You have to have your number here, because this is where we're choosing it. Oh, you won a ticket this morning. Okay. I'm reading right now. I can see that. Yay, I'm so glad you got a ticket this morning. All right. So we have 2 more to go. The next number is 1 again. Look, little innocent Grace really wants to come out. Do we have anyone with a 1?
We don't have a 1. Nope.
Okay, let's go again. I love the willows and birch trees in Sedona. Yes. And Catherine lives in my favorite place in my world. I'm moving to Sedona. I've been saying that's my home. I'm putting off a retreat down there as soon as we're allowed. This is number 16. Do we have a 16?
We do. We have Shauna Whitney.
This is Smoke and Mirrors. It's about illusions. There's a little gray kitty in this one too. No, you don't have to, Stacy. You don't have to be on. As long as you got a number in there, you're good. We can see you. And we know how to find you because you're already a member of the Academy. Yes. Okay. So we have one more to go.
One more to go.
One more. And this one will be Eagle Healing.
Lisa's are just going to dance. We're both moving.
One more to go.
We're in this room.
So,
I'm gonna get some pom-poms, get them going.
Compliments of Sherry, who is one of the presenters.
Hey,
and Sherry
Sherry.
owns Eagle Healing. And she's giving a gift card, giving a gift. She is gifting one of the tickets. So this one is from her. And the number is 39. Shyama again. Love in the dark. Look at the ravens in here.
Oh, no 39, no Shyama.
No shadows. We're all in the light tonight. We're all in the light.
Yep.
And Mary June Tracy, I recently had my astrology chart done with her again, and God, that woman is incredible. She's so good. Imposter Light, O'Malley, number 28. Do we have a 28?
We do not. We're getting close. It's like the suspense. They're like, kind of anticipating and then just dangling a carrot there. It's like, oh.
Look at Lynette. Lynette's like me. She's going, oh, I already won one. Now I want to put in a number so I can get someone else in my family in. That is so nice, Lynette.
Okay, and this card just fell to the floor, but I know we already chose it. No one has the number, so we're putting it back. It is 1.
Oh, my goodness.
Got a lot of grace in here tonight.
We got a lot of grace in
A
here.
lot of grace in here.
Okay, so let's try this again. Oh, shoot. They're all jumping. So this next one, this one did fall out. Number 21. It's Marie. She is the medicine
We do
woman.
have a 21. We do have a 21. Do we only have one 21? Yes, we only have one 21. And that is, her name is Cindy Bizon Sarchuk.
Sachek.
Mm-hmm.
Yay, Cindy.
All right. So I did pick people with my pendulum. And nobody knows what I'm about to do because it's completely unscripted. I wasn't even invited, but here I am.
Spirit invited you.
Spirit invited me. So I want to say that one of the persons on my list of 5 people that I picked with the pendulum, but I didn't even know who I was really picking from. I was just writing down everybody's names, and then I was using my pendulum. I did get one name right. And I myself, as a presenter, I do have one ticket, and I want to give it away to somebody. But we're not drawing for it because I am going to say that I've already picked out who I'm giving it to. She didn't win, so I'm giving it to her now. I'm giving it to Shava.
Ah.
Ava.
Ava. Hey, Ava, there you go.
You know why I gave it to her? Because I saw in the comments, she said she loves Lisa Starr. And I said, oh my God, look at that. Someone loves me. So you stroked my ego and you won.
There you go. Yay. So for everyone who got tickets, we'll be in contact with you. For Cindy, get in contact with Eagle Healing. Go to Sherry's page or Sherry Hool. Just contact her and she will get you the bar. It's a barcode. So when you get the barcodes, you have to scan your barcode, go in, enter in your number, and you get signed up. And so you got to register. If you're not in the school, you have to register in the school. That's just to be able to get in. No fees, but you get in, and then you're going to be able to go in, and you'll get into your dashboard. And when you get into your dashboard, you'll be able to see all the presenters. You'll be able to see when you sign up, there is several like free classes that are already there, workshops and meditations and stuff that you can do while you're waiting for this. And you can also check out all the presenters, all their websites, all their link. My website has the cards. You can go pull a card every day on mine. You can on Lisa Starr Francis. She's got her deck where you can go and pull a card every day. Lisa has her human design stuff in there. She has a free intro, I think. Is that in there?
It is in there. Yeah, it's a free one you can get right away.
Yeah. And then everyone else, there's so much that's happening in there with all these presenters. And I stepped back this year. This is part of my letting go of control. I've stepped back and just allowed, Lisa to really bring this together. And I do what's asked of me. Whatever is needed of me, I do. If it's a video, if it's a recording, if it's something, but there is just so many things that I'm just watching and looking at that's coming in. And so if you haven't got a ticket and you've been on the fence, it's like 17 presentations in total, I guess, of 17. And the mediumship one on the Saturday night is 2 hours. Everything else is 1 hour. Imagine paying for a 1 hour session with everyone who's in there. You would be anywhere from like $160 to $250 type of thing for 1 hour sessions with us. And this is getting a whole weekend for that $90, $89.99. So, if you've been on the fence, and if you can't make it to all the lives, then that's okay too. But it's a busy weekend for us. It takes a lot of effort and work to put this together, but love. And I can't wait. I look forward to it. And you will see these lovely women. You will see these lovely women speaking, talking, and just being a part of it. And we're just crazy all the time. So we don't really get any better than this. It's good to get. Takes a long time to let yourself be you. So yeah. Lisa Richard, anything to share about the summit? Anything else to add?
Oh, I can't get over the caliber of the presenters coming in the door. I'm excited to see everybody signing up. It is so amazing that, you can go in and you don't even have to wait for the weekend. You can access the freebies right away. So how cool is that? If you're feeling that excitement and you just want to get your hands on something, you don't have to wait. You can just follow that hyperlink. If you have a gift certificate, you're just putting in your code at the checkout, bypassing that other stuff, you're in the door. I've already posted up the schedule of events today. So you will have access when you first enter the door to the summit to know that, you have all the links there for the webinars, who's on at what time, multiple time zones. We're bringing in people from all over the place. You can go down then, check the presenters' pages. Everything is nicely organized, laid out for you. It is such a fun journey. You can almost see that as, you're gifted a course with 17 separate workshops. So if you can't come to the live, that's a bundle of 17 opportunities for you that you have 90 days, 3 months to access. That's a lot of time to just work at your own time and pace because we all have busy schedules. We all have to honor what serves our current availability. So there's always opportunities for you to do whatever you're drawn to. I saw Corrie go like this, and I know she's going to mention that if you need to pay by e-transfer, if it doesn't work for you to go online and use credit card, you can email the More Than Existing Academy and we can work with you to set that up. I know sometimes that is a bit of a barrier.
One more thing, though, that wasn't dead.
That's me guessing.
Lynn Degreen on Sunday morning is doing the journaling. And so all weekend long, I do suggest you have a pen and a journal. This is my most recent. I literally this summer, I filled 4 of these journals just in the summer alone. Like, and so have a journal or some paper, a pen, something where you never know how you're inspired or something hits home that connects to you, anything that comes up. But it's just nice. And she's going to really teach you about some of that journaling stuff as well. And, you know, as for some of the other stuff, you're also going to receive some healing energy stuff as well. That's also happening. Anytime I step up and step forward, I'm in healing. It just is. But we, you know, we have all of this information that's coming at you. And I do want to just say this. You may hear us say things differently, speak different languages, and we maybe, you know, see things differently, communicate differently, not have the exact same message, or we may work differently. And so there's different perspectives and ways to do things. There is no correct or right way. There is no one way in spirituality, in healing. Spirit is in control, however they need us to be, however they need us to show up. So it's also lovely to just come in and catch whoever you can catch and just take part in it. It's such a beautiful, beautiful moment. So
now, can I ask a question, since I'm like just, you know, thrown in here, and then I'm like giving out a ticket now. So should I be sending you back the ticket information, Lisa, or should I be trying to contact Shava? Are you?
Shava, you can contact. You contact Lisa to get your ticket.
Which Lisa?
Lisa Starr Francis. You contact Lisa Starr Francis to get your ticket.
And how am I going to do that? Am I taking a photograph of it?
Just take a photo of it. Yeah.
Okay. You can see. Girls, this is where my age gives me away. And I'm a little bit not technical. I was getting stunned. I was thinking, oh my God, there's going to be something hard about this. But no, I think I can do it. I really
You can do it. You got this.
Okay, yeah. So Shava, if you are not following me on my page, I can't type anything in here because it won't let me. But Shava, you have to find me at lisastarfrancis.com. You've got to go there so that I can send you the ticket. You're going to have to go to my page. You're going to have to like me. And then you're going to have to send me a message. And that, oh, you do. Well, then you don't have to wait.
I'm going to say she follows you. I see her on your live.
Shava, send me a message in my Lisa Starr Francis message that page. And then I'm going to send you the stuff you need so you can go to the summit. All right. Thanks, guys. Oh, isn't it nice to know, for all those people who are struggling with the idea of Zoom or online anything, isn't it nice to know that I work on this thing every day and I still have to ask a lot of, like, you know, questions that aren't necessarily smart questions, but they're valid. They're valid questions.
Yeah, like I set all this up today and it still didn't fully work the way it was supposed to. And I'm like, what the hell? But yeah. So thank you, everybody. We've had a long night and we are powering down. Thank you, Lisa Starr Francis, for getting ready and popping in here with us. It's always a freaking joy to have you join us. And yeah, and so we look forward to this weekend and spending time with you and enjoying this. And Lisa Richard, thank you for what you do.
My pleasure.
Yeah.
Much love. And you have any questions, message to school and we can help you from in there. When you're trying to get in, you got any problem with your code, anything, let us know. We will help you. Good night. Much love. And we'll be in contact with our winners. Bye-bye.
Take care.